Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Is Farina right? Is a supply shock coming to XRP as there's less than 1% available? No, he's not right. He's absolutely wrong. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Okay, so I've got a video here by Farina. And yeah, as I've just said earlier, he's basically saying that there's going to be this massive supply shock coming due to being basically less than 1% available of XRP for retail. He's completely wrong on this. And, you know, I'm going to break it down and tell you why. And I'm also actually going to show you even some of his comment section showing you that he's wrong. And this is what I love to see, because this is the thing with these guys, right? When they put out this content. My concern is that, look, the damage is done in regards to, you know, the actual content, right? Because he's put the video out, it's got like 13,000 views. So yes, there's a few people in the comment section who are, you know, pushing back on it, and rightfully so. But the thing is that some people have watched this and not seen that comment, right? Some people haven't seen the pushback and the people correcting him. So there's a lot of people who've watched this video now and they've gone away thinking that this is correct. And then again, they're thinking, you know, this is accurate information, and they're basically going to be basing some of their investment decisions off of inaccurate information. So the problem for me is that, you know, with this kind of stuff, the damage is already done, but I'm going to do my best part to like correct this kind of stuff, because again, like, it's about the investors, right? The potential people out there who are seeing this stuff and being misinformed by people who don't know what they're talking about, quite frankly, or are knowingly pushing misinformation to try and deceive you. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, you know, like, he's actually already corrected his error because of the pushback. Like, so he's actually done a comment off of the back of some of the pushback he's getting, and he's actually accepted that he was wrong. So you can already tell he knows, you know, he's not pushing out the right type of thing, because he's had to correct himself. But this is the problem, right? First and foremost, he hasn't updated the title. Why has he not updated the title when he's clearly been corrected and he's admitted that he's been corrected? Because he still wants to pull in the numbers, right? He still wants people to watch the video. So he's not going to change anything, because that's going to affect, you know, the actual pull of the video, the attraction of the video. Okay, so let me just quickly break down what he was actually saying first and foremost, and then we can get into, you know, where this has gone horribly wrong. So he's basically talking as to obviously the less than 1% available. How is he come to this conclusion? Well, he's done the typical moon boy maths. You know, he's pulling numbers out of the air. He's not really stating valid sources as to where he's getting this information from. And long story short, he's come to the conclusion off of the back of this moon boy maths with no real credible sources that there is currently only 500 million XRP left for retail. Okay, so first and foremost, my thing with this is, you know, where's your source to prove this? Like, you just putting numbers out there, but you've got no real source to back it up. So that's the first thing. And second of all, just the things that you're pulling out the air as the reasons as to how you're calculating this are all just assumptions anyway. So, you know, like, again, this is just not valid whatsoever. And so, yes, he's come to the conclusion that there's he's come to the conclusion that there's 500 million XRP left available. Okay, so let's now get to the comment that he's put himself, where he's correcting this, because people have gave him pushback in the comment section. So he's put important update and ODL correction. 1. Exchange holdings. There have been valid questions about XRP balance held by crypto exchanges, and it's important to clarify that these balances include customer funds. Most importantly, these balances do not account for active orders on the order books. According to the latest report, Binance alone holds 2.75 billion XRP. It's unlikely that this entire amount is owned solely by retail investors. Okay, let me get to that part first. Okay, so he's talking about crypto exchanges. So again, straight away he's been showing up here because there is 2.75 billion on Binance. So straight away, your 500 million left for retail is completely debunked straight away. So that just shows that you're completely incorrect. And then, he's talking about, okay, you know, the balances are not active on the order books. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what you're doing here is you're assuming that, just because these customers hold XRP, you're assuming that they won't sell XRP. Right? So just because you're saying, well, they're not on the order books, yeah, that's fine, but that doesn't mean that they can't be on the order books tomorrow or next week or next month. They could be on the order books at any point. If they're customers XRP, they can buy and sell whenever they want to. So you making out that these XRP balances being, you know, some of them being customers, that doesn't account for anything because, you know, if it's a customer's XRP, they can buy and sell whenever they choose to. So yeah, it's not available right now, but that could be available at any time. So it's not necessarily locked out. You know, like you're assuming that every XRP holder is just never going to sell XRP. So, you know, again, that just sounds silly. So yeah, again, that's completely, that's a completely silly argument, to be completely honest with you. Again, and let's get to number 2. Update on estimated XRP available for retail. Taking into account Ripple's updated holdings, changes in escrow, and Chris Larson's recent transfer of 50 million XRP to Binance, perfectly illustrating what was explained previously, is estimated that approximately 51 billion XRP has been allocated to on-demand liquidity, in brackets ODL, which is 1 billion less than initially projected. As a result, the revised estimate for XRP available to retail investors stands at just 1.48 billion. Apologies for any earlier confusion regarding these numbers. Okay, so this is my next thing about this. He's talking about the 51 billion being allocated for on-demand liquidity. Where did you get that from? Who's telling you that that's been allocated for on-demand liquidity, first and foremost? Because I really don't understand what's giving you that conclusion whatsoever, and you've not really provided any real source here in that regard. And second of all, the thing with this is, we all know ODL at this point is demand neutral, right? And we also know that banks, companies, etc., institutions don't actually have to hold XRP to use ODL, right? They can have it in liquidity sources, and basically RippleNet, has a path seeking algorithm where it'll basically source the best liquidity source of XRP to utilize ODL. So it doesn't even have to be held by a bank. So even when you're saying this has been allocated for ODL, doesn't, you know, like, where exactly are you saying that this is being utilized? Are you saying that these institutions are holding it for that purpose? Because they don't have to. So again, like, I'm not really sure where you're going with that either. So, yeah, basically both of this, you know, even the update is kind of just nonsense in of itself as well. But then you've got a guy who's responded to this, and he's put, yeah, that's a fair assessment update now. People will be so deceived by this number. A buying frenzy will catapult the price. And yeah, like, this is the thing, right? This is what I'm talking about. Like, you've already deceived people with your misinformation, right? Like, the damage is already done, and that's the thing. And he's only, you know, done the update because he's been held to account, and rightfully so. But this is the problem with this type of content. Like, they put this stuff out, they get the views that they need, you know, they get the clicks that they need, and they just deal with the aftermath later. You know, that's the problem. And look, I'll say this in regards to, you know, the content of itself. He either doesn't know what he's talking about, or he's knowingly pushing this, knowing it's wrong. One or the other. And as I've always said, neither of those are good. Either one is bad. So, you know, there's no good answer to that at all. So let's just get into some of the comments. So one guy has said, where did you get the 52 billion number from for ODL? Who is holding this 52 billion? Where is the data source? Absolutely fair and valid comment. Farina says, check the video bio, have mentioned twice the source. The guy's reply back said, I still don't understand how you can estimate it allocated to ODL, or what that really means if you're saying that is not available to the public. Allocated by who? Ripple, PSPs, LPs. If it's still unavailable for public purchase, where is this 51 billion being held? Does this include all or a percentage of the XRP held on the exchanges that you believe is held on by the LPs? Beautiful comment. And guess what? He's not responded. Why? Because he can't respond. do you see how easy this is? And this is the problem, right? Like, this is what I say with a lot of these guys. Obviously, there's some people who, you know, they get all their XRP information from influencers, right? And I've always said this myself, like, do your own research. Do your own research, because honestly, once you start to do your own research and not just rely on influencers, you can start to pick this stuff apart. And you can watch this stuff, but you can watch it with a critical point of view, and you can say, that doesn't sound accurate. Let me dig a bit deeper into this, or no, that doesn't make sense. And this is why I'm here where I am today. I got to a point where I got fed up of seeing a lot of this stuff being, you know, discussed and these figures being put out. And I got to a point where I did my own research. And once I did, a lot of the content that I see about XRP, I was just able to just pick it apart instantly, you know? And this is why I feel sorry for some people, because they are just relying on other influencers to give them their information. And the problem with that is you don't know who's got your best interest at heart, or you just don't know people who are just misinformed and just throwing random things out there. And that's the problem with this. That's why you have to be careful with who you listen to. That's what I always say. And look, even with me, like I've always said it from the beginning, like I'm not a person who's pretending to be a know-it-all, but when it comes to stuff like this, it's very easy to debunk, right? I'm not acting like I'm perfect. I'm not acting like I know absolutely everything about XRP. But what I am saying is this kind of stuff is just nonsense, and it's very easily to debunk once you've got a bit of, you know, your own personal research done. So, you know, like this isn't for me acting like, you know, I'm a know-it-all, but what I'm saying is like, you know, a bit of research and you can just look at this and think this is garbage. So, yeah, let's carry on. I've got another comment here, and a guy put 500 million with the laughing face. He's put quite a few. He's put, where did you get that from? This is misinformation. Yeah, he's absolutely right. It's completely misinformation. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad to see that there are people out there who have the knowledge where they can just push back on this kind of stuff. But unfortunately, I'll be honest with you, there's a lot of comments in here who are saying like, oh, thank you. This is great. You know, really happy. Go XRP. Like, there's people who've just took it and they think this is fact now. So unfortunately, these people have been misled, and it's probably too late for those guys, right? It's probably too late because they've seen the video, they've probably not seen any of the pushback being done, and they've got that information in their head now. And, you know, they might have gone and brought more XRP. In fact, there was a comment on here who said, there was a guy who said, I brought more, 700 more XRP. So, like, there's people making decisions off of this information. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's where the problem is here. Okay, so there's just one other comment that I wanted to show. Let me just go a bit further down so I can find it. Here we go. So we've got a guy who says, your maths is terrible. You think they will not sell what's in escrow? Any reason why they will not? Any reason at all? Anything? Once more reason? LOL. Edos replied to this and he said, what is in the escrow is pre-allocated to fulfill Nostro Vostro accounts. It will be permanently locked. Garbage, nonsense. First and foremost, how do you know? How do you know? Are you with Ripple? Do you work for Ripple? Do you have any kind of insider information to be able to say that that's what they're going to do? That's first and foremost. But secondly, why would they be using XRP for Nostro Vostro accounts when XRP eliminates the whole need for Nostro Vostro accounts in the first place? That doesn't make sense whatsoever. The whole point of what XRP is so great to do is that banks will no longer need Nostro Vostro accounts, because XRP is now the bridge currency that can convert the currencies instantly. That's the whole point of what XRP is designed to do. So why would they now be using XRP for Nostro Vostro accounts? So you're basically saying that they're just going to be replacing fiat Nostro Vostro accounts for XRP Nostro Vostro accounts. So they're still going to have a load of money in XRP for a Nostro Vostro account. So what's the point then? The whole purpose of XRP is to remove Nostro Vostro accounts. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, this is just, it's garbage. It's absolute nonsense. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And this is the thing, they try and present themselves like they're knowledgeable, but they haven't got a clue what they're talking about, to be completely honest with you. A lot of these influencers, they really don't. So, look, man, I'm just going to say it straight. This stuff is nonsense. He's got no idea what he's going on about. It really is that simple. And, again, my whole thing here is just that there's people who are getting misled by this kind of stuff. And, you know, look, I want to say this because I know a lot of the Farina, you know, fans are going to come at me now and want to say stuff. It's fine. I've got no issue with that. But this is what I'll just say to you guys, right? Put aside the fact that I'm saying whatever I'm saying here. Like, put aside the fact that you guys are a fan of Edo, right? Just look at it from this perspective. He's done a video, right? There's people in the comment section, not just me. There's people in the comment section and there's me who are basically giving you pretty much facts as to why we can say this video is not accurate, right? Put aside your like for the guy. Just put that aside. Would you not now just want to question the information that you've been given if you've got quite a few people saying this isn't accurate, rather than just saying, hey, these guys are haters? You know, if I'd have just turned around and said, hey, you know, Edo's just silly, he doesn't know what he's saying. Okay, fair enough, because again, you'd say to me, well, can you prove that? But if you've listened to everything in this video and you can tell that what I'm saying is all valid, why would you then just attack me, right? Why not say, hey, this guy's been able to give pretty much facts and information to debunk this video. Maybe I should question Edo's content because he's the one here who's got a lot of holes in his video. That's all I'm saying, because this isn't about whether you guys want to attack me because you like Edo. That's fine. But my thing is, like, I'm actually just trying to help you make informed decisions. I'm trying to show you that, like, some of these guys' content is just not accurate. And that's all it is. So it's one of those things where, you know, I'm kind of having to take the arrows just to try and help people. Do you know what I mean? Which I can do. I don't mind. I can take it. But my thing is, like, maybe just taking what I'm actually saying, though. Maybe just question what's being said here, because there's a lot of holes in his video. Like, there's a lot of holes in his theory. And that's where I'm trying to get you guys to just start thinking for yourselves and say, maybe this guy's content isn't accurate. Maybe I shouldn't be watching this guy. Or maybe I should go and question him and say, hey, well, this video's here. Can you debunk anything that's being said here? Right? And if he says, oh, he's just a hater, I haven't got time for him or something like that, well, then you know, right? If you can't put across a valid argument to back up what you're saying, then it clearly just shows that you've got no substance to what you're saying. It shows that you can't defend what you're putting out. Quite simply. And we can see that because he's had to correct himself on his own video. He's already had to do that. So he knows he's wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'll leave it there, guys, but you know, just a word of caution, as I always give out, like, be careful who you listen to, because some of these guys, they're completely clueless. They're pulling things out the air. They've got no idea what they're talking about, or they know what they're talking about, but they just know it's going to get views and they know it's going to pull in money for them. So they're putting the content out regardless. And as I always say, neither of those answers is a good one. They're both terrible. They're both bad. So be careful. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe and hit that bell. Take care.